It's here in Bastrop County, Texas, where Stacey Stites' murder set off a bizarre chain of events that mysteriously ended with 2 more people dead, 1 man on death row, and countless questions unanswered. Murder deep in the Lost Pines of Texas. The half-dressed body of a woman. Strangled. Who killed Stacey Stites?
Based on the evidence, who do you think is responsible for your sister's murder?
Rodney Reed.
The state says Rodney Reed raped and then killed Stacey. A jury agreed, convicting him of her murder. Reed was sentenced to death.
Do you think Rodney Reed was given a fair trial, yes or no?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
But many across the country are beginning to wonder, did Texas convict the wrong man? Stacey's sisters, Deborah and Crystal, exclusively tell Crime Watch Daily they are convinced of his guilt.
He should be on death row.
Yes. Absolutely.
He should be executed.
Yes, he should.
Without a doubt.
No doubt whatsoever. He is guilty.
Stacey was a beautiful 19-year-old just starting out.
She was very athletic, involved in lots of activities, ROTC. She was well-liked and bubbly, lots of fun, loved little kids. She was a good person.
She worked in the produce section of the local supermarket in Bastrop County, some 30 miles south of Austin, and she lived with her fiancé, a police officer named Jimmy Fennell.
She was very, very excited about getting married. She really loved Jimmy. They were 2 young kids in love. I was the maid of honor in the wedding. The last call that I had with her, she called to tell me that she had made appointments for our hair and our nails to be done.
Fennell told investigators he was asleep when Stacey got into his red pickup truck and left for work around 3 o'clock in the morning.
She had taken that job to work the morning shift because you got paid just a little bit more to work that early shift, so that would help pay for the wedding.
When Stacey didn't show for her shift, cops triggered a massive search.
We knew it wasn't like her not to show up for work. She was very, very responsible. So when she went missing, we knew she was missing, but we didn't know that she was murdered.
Nearly 12 hours after Jimmy says Stacey left home, her body is found alongside this country road. Her family is left devastated.
Absolutely. It was unbelievable.
She was well-liked. Nobody would have wanted to hurt her.
Who took it the hardest in the family?
Definitely my mom.
Our mom.
When she found out, she just sat in a chair, rocking back and forth, saying, "My baby, my baby, my baby."
Yeah, she was a wreck. God, I did good for a while.
This is the actual crime scene video shot by investigators moments after the gruesome discovery. You can clearly see ligature marks on Stacey's throat. There are 2 cans of beer and about 10 feet away, half of a belt. The belt cops believe was used to strangle her. Strangely, the other half was found several miles away, alongside Jimmy's truck. The truck he says Stacey drove to work. That truck was found here at Bastrop High School. Shortly after Stacey's murder, Fennell sold the truck. Before Jimmy sold the truck, cops dusted it for fingerprints. The only prints detectives found belonged to Stacey and Jimmy. He's now the first person put under the police microscope.
And we wholeheartedly believe Jimmy Fennell did not kill my sister.
Cops quickly eliminated Jimmy because they claim he didn't fit into their murder timeline. During the autopsy, the Travis County coroner found something sinister and suspicious. Male DNA inside Stacey's body, and it wasn't Jimmy's. When the autopsy was completed, Deborah and Crystal made arrangements to bury their sister.
Seeing her in the casket, Jimmy put the ring on her finger in the casket.
Yeah.
But in this small town outside the big city, several months pass and Stacey's murder case goes cold.
Not knowing who had murdered her was very hard.
Yeah.
6 months of not
knowing
thinking,
anything.
or almost a year of thinking, this is a cold case, they're never going to find her, they're never going to find out who did this.
Then an unexpected break. Police investigate a sexual assault near the high school where Jimmy's truck was parked. The woman picks out her alleged attacker from a photo lineup. It was Rodney Reed. He was well known to authorities. The state claims Rodney had a history of sexual violence, including the rape of a 12-year-old girl. He was never convicted in those cases. Then investigators make a stunning discovery. Rodney's DNA matches the DNA found inside Stacey's body. He was charged with aggravated sexual assault and capital murder. At first, Rodney denied knowing Stacey, but as the evidence unfolded, his story changed. He claims he and Stacey were in a secret relationship.
The relationship was somewhat discreet, you know what I'm saying? We was sneaking around, you know, but she was just she was a fun person. She was a really fun person.
At the time, do you remember if you, saw a future with her, or?
No, we wasn't looking at life like that. You know what I'm saying? We were doing what we were doing. At the time, I was 27, she was 18, turning 19, I was turning 28, you know.
But that alleged love affair was news to Stacey's sisters.
Had you ever met Rodney Reed at any point before Stacey's death? And if so, how did you see him or meet him?
We had never heard of Rodney Reed. Nope.
Not at all.
Nope, never.
Never in the picture, as far as your knowledge.
Absolutely not. The only time we had ever heard of Rodney Reed was when he became a suspect in the murder.
Rodney pleaded not guilty and stood trial. Based primarily on the DNA evidence, the jury convicted him of capital murder. He's sentenced to death. Sounds like case closed, right? Not quite. This story's about to take more dramatic twists and turns than the winding roads in South Texas. Next, Stacey isn't the only one to die under suspicious circumstances. The mysterious deaths of 2 police officers investigating the case.
My husband was investigating that situation, and he told me that